It is 2 a.m. I am alone in Rome. I have no hotel, I have no taxi, and I made a terrible mistake with my flight.
Max, please tell me you are joking.
I wish. This is the story of my airport nightmare.
Okay, deep breath. What happened?
It started with a perfect plan. Or so I thought. So it all started on Friday. I was flying to Rome for a short weekend break.
Rome. Beautiful. Pizza, pasta, history. What could go wrong?
Exactly. I had a perfect plan. My flight was at 8 p.m. I finished work early. I packed my bag. I was feeling very relaxed. Relaxed is the key word here. Too relaxed.
I know that feeling when you think you have plenty of time.
Yes, I called a taxi at 5 p.m. The airport is usually 45 minutes away, so in my head, I had 3 hours. Easy, right?
That sounds reasonable. 3 hours is plenty of time.
Usually, yes, but I forgot one small detail. It was Friday afternoon, rush hour. Rush hour is the time when everyone is leaving work and driving home.
Oh no, traffic jams.
Huge traffic jams. We didn't move. For 20 minutes, we just sat in the car. The taxi driver was listening to very loud music, and I was looking at my watch. Tick tock, tick tock.
I hate that feeling. Did you say anything to the driver?
I tried. I said, "Sir, can we go faster? My flight leaves in 2 hours." He just smiled and said, "Don't worry, my friend. We will fly on the road."
Did he fly?
No, he drove very slowly. We arrived at the airport at 7:10 p.m. My flight was at 8 p.m. The gate closes 20 minutes before departure. I had 30 minutes to do everything.
30 minutes? That is impossible. You have to check in, go through security.
I know. I ran into the terminal. I looked for the departure screen. My flight was boarding. That means people were already getting on the plane.
Did you have a suitcase to check in?
Yes, I ran to the desk. The woman said, "Place your bag on the scale, please." I was sweating. I asked, "Is it overweight?" She smiled and said, "No, it's fine. Here is your boarding pass." I grabbed it and ran to security control. And guess what?
Let me guess. The line was long?
It was enormous. There were hundreds of people. Families with crying babies, students with guitars. It looked like a slow river of people.
Did you ask to jump the queue?
I tried. I said, "Excuse me, my flight is leaving." Some people were nice and let me pass, but one man, he was not nice.
What happened?
He looked at me and said, "We are all in a rush, buddy. Wait for your turn."
Ouch. So you waited?
I waited. I was sweating. Finally, it was my turn. The officer was very strict. He shouted instructions. Laptops in a separate tray. Empty your pockets. I put my phone and wallet in the bin. I put my bag on the belt. Then I walked through the metal detector. Beep, beep, beep.
Oh no! What did you have in your pockets?
Nothing. I forgot to take off my belt. The security officer looked at me very seriously. He said, "Sir, step aside, please."
Step aside is never good. It means they want to check you more.
Exactly. He checked my shoes. He checked my pockets. He opened my bag. He found my toothpaste. Sir, this tube is too big. No liquids over 100 milliliters.
Max, that is the number one rule of travel.
I know. I was just in a hurry. He threw away my expensive toothpaste. Finally, he said, "Okay, go." I looked at my watch. 7:35 p.m. I had 5 minutes before the gate closed.
Which gate was it?
Gate 42. And of course, I was at gate 1.
It is always like that. The farthest gate possible.
I started running. I am not an athlete, Chloe. I was wearing my heavy winter coat. I was carrying my backpack. I was running past the duty-free shops, past the cafes.
Did you hear the announcement? Passenger Max, please go to the gate immediately?
Yes, I heard my name. Last call for passenger Max. That gave me adrenaline. I ran faster. I saw the sign. Gate 42. I saw the lady at the desk. She was closing the door.
No.
I shouted, "Wait! I'm here! I'm here!" I sounded like a crazy person.
Did she wait?
She looked at me, she looked at her computer, she looked at me again, she sighed, and then she opened the door.
Yes, you made it.
I scanned my boarding pass. My hands were shaking. I walked onto the plane. I was red in the face. Everyone on the plane looked at me. You know that look. Why did we wait for him?
The walk of shame.
Yes, but I didn't care. I sat down in my seat. I closed my eyes. I was going to Rome.
So that was the nightmare? The running?
Oh no, that was just the warm-up. The real nightmare happened when I landed in Rome.
But you were safe. You arrived.
Yes, the flight was fine. We landed at 10:30 p.m. I was tired but happy. I walked out of the airport to catch a train to the city center.
Sounds simple.
I put my hand in my pocket to get my wallet. I wanted to buy a train ticket.
Max, please don't tell me.
My pocket was empty.
You lost your wallet?
I checked my other pocket. Empty. I checked my backpack. Empty.
Oh my goodness. No money? No credit cards?
Nothing. I realized I left my wallet in the plastic tray at security control, back at home.
No, that is tragic. So you were in Rome late at night with zero money?
0. And my phone battery was at 4%.
What did you do? Did you sleep at the airport?
I thought about it. I sat on a bench and I wanted to cry. I felt so stupid. I am an adult. How could I do this?
Mistakes happen when we are stressed.
I looked at my phone. 3%. I had one chance. I remembered I had Apple Pay on my phone. But would it work? And could I find the charger?
This is like a suspense movie.
I found a small kiosk selling pizza. I asked the man, "Do you accept phone payments?" He said yes. I bought a slice of pizza just to test it. It worked.
Okay, so you had food, but how did you get to the hotel?
I used an app to call a car. I paid with my phone. I prayed my battery wouldn't die. The car arrived when I had 1% battery left.
That is too close.
I got into the car and the driver had a charger. I plugged my phone in. I saw the little lightning bolt symbol. I have never been so happy to see electricity.
Wow, Max, that is a true adventure.
It was stressful, but you know what? It taught me something.
What, to always check your pockets?
Yes, that too, but it taught me that I can handle problems. At that moment, without my wallet, I felt panic, but I didn't give up. I found a solution using my phone.
So you survived.
I survived the airport, but the adventure was not over.
What do you mean?
Well, I was finally in Rome, but it was late at night. I was exhausted. I was hungry, and I still had to get to my hotel without any cash in my pocket.
Oh no, that sounds like another challenge.
It was. But for that moment, standing outside the airport, I just took a deep breath. I was in Italy.
That is a great attitude. That is a great attitude. Before we see what happened at the hotel, let's review the airport vocabulary from today. These are critical words for travel.
Definitely. First, at the check-in desk, we used the word scale.
Scale. This is the machine that weighs your luggage. You put your bag on the scale to see how heavy it is.
Exactly. And I was worried my bag was overweight.
Overweight means too heavy. If your bag is 25 kilos, but the limit is 20, your bag is overweight. You often have to pay extra money.
Then, at security control, the officer said, "Empty your pockets."
This is a command. It means take everything out of your pockets, phone, keys, wallet, and put it in the plastic tray or bin.
And finally, the metal detector.
That is the door frame you walk through. If you have metal on you, it makes a loud noise. Beep.
So remember, belt off, pockets empty, laptop out.
Then you talked about boarding.
Yes, the flight is boarding. This means the gate is open and passengers are walking onto the airplane. If you see this, run.
And finally, the phrase, the walk of shame. This is funny. It means walking past people when you feel embarrassed because you did something silly or you are late.
Yes, everyone looks at you and you want to disappear. That is the walk of shame.
Before we go, I want to say something important to our listeners.
Please go ahead.
Max's story was stressful, and I know many of you are afraid of traveling. You are afraid to speak English at the airport. You are afraid of making mistakes.
It is a very normal fear. We like to be safe. We like to be comfortable.
But listen to me. Fear is part of the journey.
Exactly. If I stayed home, I would be safe. I would have my wallet, but I would not be in Rome.
When you learn English, You are building a bridge to the world, and sometimes crossing that bridge is scary.
My hands were shaking at the security check, but I did it, and you can do it too. You don't need to be perfect, you just need to be brave.
Now we want to hear from you. What is your biggest fear when you travel?
Is it the airport? Is it speaking to strangers or maybe getting lost?
Tell us in the comments. Write, I am afraid of, and finish the sentence. Don't worry about grammar. Just practice.
And remember, my story is not finished. I am in Rome, it is late, and I have to check in to my hotel.
Do you know how to check into a hotel in English when you are tired and stressed?
In the next episode, I will take you inside the hotel lobby. It will be interesting.
Subscribe so you don't miss part 2 of Max's Roman holiday. See you next time.
Bye.